I'm just gonna talk over this thing real quick again, in case not that anybody ever listens to these, but just in case. All right, so that's the magnitude of 3v minus 2w. Take 3 times the vector v minus 2 times the vector w. Remember, just multiply the 2 to keep that a minus. You get negative 18.2 when we're done. But we want the magnitude, which means the length of that, and that's going to be the square root of negative 18 squared plus 2 squared. And what is that 328? When we're done, so 328. Square root of 320. Now, I think that simplifies. It depends on the situation, whether you need to simplify it. But it's something. 4 or something. You got it, man?
We square root of 4 times square root of 82.
So it's 2 square root of 82?
Yeah.
And I don't think 82 simplifies any further because that's 2 times 41. We think we agree? Nathan, just say yes.
Yeah.
All right, good work, good work. All right, so we got 2 square root of 82, but that's your magnitude. That's your magnitude. All right, what does that mean over there, the B? Dot product. Remember how to do the dot product, Gavin?
No.
Yeah, you just shake your head no on everything. Oh, man. Aubrey remembers.
Not really.
Not really? Oh, man. Kayla?
You just multiply them.
Okay, we multiply them now. It just depends on what order you're talking that we multiply. So tell me, what am I multiplying?
The negative 4 and 3
Good?
and the 6 and 8.
Now, we are going to add them together. The dot product is just a constant. Okay, it is not actually a vector, so it's going to be negative 12 plus 48, which is 36. Okay, that'll be your answer. Dot product is just a number, not a vector. Okay. All right, so that's just some vectors. Obviously, we needed to hit those again. Everybody loves a good tractor pulling a tree stump problem.
This is good.
I know. All right, draw it out. I'll give you a second here, and we'll kind of go through this.
I got it. I
You got it?
small.
Ooh, okay. Oh, and seniors, if you got your books, you can turn them in. Oh, I know that would be not a good feeling or anything. I know
Just take this
that.
one.
Rid of your left foot.
I'll get that to you tomorrow.
Okay, that's all right. No rush. You get it.
No. I don't even know where to start.
What? The last test.
So I understood that.
All right, so in this case here, let me do this. First tractor, 560 pounds, direction 220. So that's going to be, that's 180, 220, somewhere in here. There's your 500, quote, whatever, 560. The other one, force of 650, so it needs to be a little bit longer, direction of 110. Direction 110, we're going to go right around in here. I'm going to estimate that height. Okay, so there's the two. So those two forces are pulling on an object at the origin. So they're going to pull it somewhere in between the two forces. To get the answer, we add those two together. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slide this one over here for a second to get my answer. or a rough sketch of the answer. So right there, that is going to be geometrically what we get when we add those two vectors together. So somewhere in there. Now, right now, it appears to be in quadrant 2. More than likely it is, but you can't automatically assume that until you do the algebra for that. So let me here call the first vector that was listed u, and the second vector v. And so let's say u, we're going to convert it to ij form. And add those, we're going to add them algebraically. So the ij form is we take the magnitude, which is 560, times the cosine of 220 degrees I, plus the sine of 220 degrees j. And v is going to equal 650 times the cosine of 220 degrees I, plus the sine of 220 degrees j. Round everything to the nearest 10. All right.
Would that second one be, why is it 2?
Oh, why is it
Yeah,
220?
110.
Why is it 220? It shouldn't be. It should be 110. So 110 degrees, 110 degrees. All right. So Aubrey, Nathan, Grace, you guys do U. Find those out. Everybody else do J. Unless we've already started. So just plug in nearest 10. Nearest 10. All right, Aubrey, you got what U is?
Yeah.
What you got?
Negative 222.3 I plus 610.8 J. 610.8.
I think you found V.
That's what
Oh, I switched mine. I have U as the 650.
So that is V.
Yeah,
So there.
my bad.
Well, let's see here. Is that correct for V?
Yeah.
Yes. All right, we got confirmation for V. All right, Nathan, you got U, the correct, or my U?
I have two answers. It's either 250.84 or negative 651.
Neither.
Okay.
All right, wait. All right, did you take
I just have the final answer.
560 times cosine? I need this.
Okay, that one.
Times cosine of 220. Did you do that?
Yeah.
So what's that round to? Negative 429.0? All right, so negative 429.0 I. And then what'd you do here?
Negative 359 or negative 360. What?
That's wrong.
That's wrong.
What?
That's what I got. That's what I got.
Uh-oh.
Why is
Ratio.
mine bad?
Why is your 560 times the sine of 220? Oh, I put a negative in there. Did you miss it, Aubrey?
I did.
So negative 360.0? Can we all agree now?
Yeah.
All right, J. Now, once you do those, you remember you add these two together. You add the I parts together and you add the J parts together. So that's U plus V. And so negative 429.0 minus 222.3. Okay, Serena, you got what they are added?
Sorry, I was yawning.
Oh, okay.
651 or negative 651.29 or just 0.3
Negative 651.3 I, okay?
plus 250.8 J.
250.8 J. All right, we all happy with that? Grace, happy? Okay, what quadrant are we in? And how do I know what quadrant am I in? Quadrant 2 because of the sign of U plus V. It's a negative and a positive, so it's like an ordered pair. Negative 651, positive 250. That is the endpoint. If you want to think of it as a ordered pair, negative 651.3 and 250.8. So that's that endpoint. All right, we got to find the magnitude, which is what we did on the first slide. The magnitude of U plus V, which is the length of it, is the square root of negative 651.3 squared plus 250.8 squared. And let's see here. Oh, this was a pain. Second square root. I'm going to make that, I'm just going to make it positive 651 because when I square it, it takes away the negative. Plus 250.8 squared. And then close that all underneath the square root. 697.9? Okay. So the magnitude, 697.9. And I believe it is pounds. And all right, the angle. Gavin, you remember how we get the angle?
Yeah,
How do we get it?
take the inverse tangent of the j divided by I.
Inverse tangent of j divided by, I'm gonna throw some absolute values in there. So it's 250.8 over negative 651.3. That will give us the reference angle, okay, which will be with the x-axis with that vector. And what'd you get for that, Gavin? Or did you get it yet?
21.1.
He says 21.1. Now, when I'm doing this, I'm not using, I'm just dropping those negatives. So inverse tangent, 250.8, I missed a 0, divided by 651.3, 21.1. Okay, yeah, but final answer, Gavin?
158.9.
Yeah, because you got to take 180 minus. So to get that here, 180 minus 21.1. And so, what'd you say, 158.9?
Yep.
So our direction equals 158.9 degrees. All right, we agree? All right, so that's how you do the old stump problem in the two vectors. All right, I want to take one more, and this was actually on the last test, just as a reminder. And actually, more people got the 3x3 right and missed the 2x2. So I'm just going to throw a 2x2 up there in 1 second after you copy that down. I'll put it on the side. All right, before you get started, give me your attention for 1 second. If you got a 2x2, a matrix, 6, -3, 4, 1, and you got to find the determinant. I had people doing all kind of crazy things. I'm not sure why, but for a 2x2, you just need to multiply along the first diagonal, which is 6, minus the second diagonal, which would be -12. That would be 18. Okay, some people were writing columns beside that. You don't need to do that for a 2x2. 3x3 though, okay, you do need to do this. X, 3, 7, Y, -2, 6. And then we're gonna go from the upper left. And then that gives me -2x plus 7y plus 18 minus, and then we go from the top right down those 3 diagonals. And that gives me, what is that, 3y plus 6x, and then minus 14. Remember, you're always subtracting that first set minus the second set, add in between though, and then I get negative 2x minus 6x, which is negative 8x, 7y minus 3y, which is plus 4y, 18 minus negative 14 plus 32 for that. All right, you just got the rest of the period to work on your review sheet. Seniors, and we'll call you up individually. You can turn in your books if you got it. And we'll give you your grade, let you know what you need on the final to get either a B or an A or whatever you're at. Great.
Is the final like the last 9 weeks or is it the whole year?
It's the last